I often get asked, is photography easy or is it very difficult? It's a very straightforward question, but the answer is not very straightforward. And as I think about the answer, I realize that it is more and more confusing. It also reminds me of a famous couplet by a very awesome शायर called Nida Fazli. कभी कभी यूं भी हमने अपने जी को बहलाया है, जिन बातों को खुद नहीं समझे औरों को समझाया है. So let me attempt to answer this question, and for that let me take you to a moment early morning in Dikala. The famous tigress Parwali. She has cubs waiting for a nice meal, and the mother is just about to hunt a sambar. It's 6 a.m., early morning. We are on the shadow side of the mountain. The light is low and the action lightning fast. And this is a once in a lifetime moment. The kind that may never repeat itself. Even if I spend the rest of my life going on safaris, trying to be at that exact same spot again. But when you're faced with something like this, you don't get time to think slowly. You want to maximize your chances instantly. So, what happens in that fraction of a second? Are you thinking about the ISO, shutter speed, aperture, focus modes, calculating exposure, or tracking movement? Or are you just seeing? So again, the question comes back, is photography simple? Or is it a series of complex decisions made in a fraction of a second? Photography is easy when conditions are forgiving. Give me a perched bird, soft morning light, everything calm and predictable, and almost anyone can come back with a decent photograph. But change the conditions. Now imagine two raptors fighting in flight against a bright sky at dusk. Low light, high contrast, unpredictable motion, high action. Suddenly, everything changes. Your shutter speed, your exposure, your focus, your timing, everything has to come together in a fraction of a second. And now, photography is no longer easy, it becomes demanding. And that's when skill begins to show. No image is created by the camera alone. Every photograph is a result of three variables interacting. The situation sets the challenge, the equipment sets your technical limits, and your skill determines how much of that situation you can control. In nearly 80% of the conditions, the light is decent, the subject isn't too demanding, and even auto mode can deliver a pleasing image. This is where many photographers live, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is, staying only here makes you dependent on luck and ideal conditions. This is where modern cameras shine. With good light and manageable subjects, autofocus locks well, exposure is stable, and even the basic settings can produce a very strong image. And this is why beginners often feel confident very quickly, and that's great. But it's only part of the story. Now let's see how the 20% challenges you. This is where photography stops being casual and starts becoming deliberate. These are the situations where you need to think fast. Exposure, shutter speed, aperture, ISO, autofocus mode, focus area, subject distance, movement direction, background separation, all within seconds. Now, these variables often overlap. A bird in flight at dusk is not just a shutter speed problem, it's a light problem, autofocus problem, depth of field problem, ISO problem, and often a gear limitation problem all at once. This is a very important point. Not all difficult photography is equally difficult. Basic knowledge plus practice, understanding exposure, focus modes, composition, timing can already unlock half of the difficult situations. But the last 10%, that's where the true experts live. This is where elite wildlife, bird in flight, sports, extreme backlight, low light, action, macro precision, and specialist work and live. This is where you're no longer just capturing images, you're engineering outcomes. This is one of the biggest myths in photography. Get a great gear and you can make great images. A powerful camera without knowledge doesn't automatically create mastery. It may improve convenience and hit rate in easy situations, but it won't teach anticipation, exposure judgment, or decision making. Skill multiplies gear, but gear does not replace skill. Now, if you want to master the 20%, the key is knowledge. Because anyone can get lucky, but photography becomes powerful when you can repeatedly create strong images in difficult conditions. Not once in a while, but intentionally, every time. That is what knowledge gives you, repeatability. So, yes, photography is simple, but only in the easy conditions. If you want to master the difficult 20%, if you want to stop relying on probability and start creating images on purpose, then the key is not luck, not gear, but knowledge. So, if you really want to grow in photography, there are a few things that can make a big difference. Start with the basics. Read the instruction manual that comes with your camera, lens, light, whatever equipment you're buying. That is the Bible. It may not sound exciting, but the instruction manual is your foundation. Use platforms like YouTube to understand concepts visually. There's a wealth of knowledge out there. Use it wisely. Join WhatsApp or Facebook groups with like minded photographers. Engage, ask questions, share your work. If possible, join others on shoots. Learning in a community accelerates growth. Or consider joining a photography class. It not only helps you gain structured knowledge, but also significantly shortens your learning curve. Now, if you're serious about improving your photography, I conduct practical, easy to follow workshops on the basics of photography, on post processing that can dramatically shorten your learning curve. With flexible weekday, weekend batches, and both online and offline formats, you will have fewer excuses than before. So I will leave the link in the description and hope to see you there. Bye, have fun, and God bless you.